Hello there.
Oh, hi.
How's it going?
You know, cold, but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what life is now.
it's a little less cold today.
Yeah, thank God.
It's
Hopefully
supposed-
it's getting better.
Yeah, it's supposed to warm up a little bit. So
Yeah, I agree. Oh, well.
I love how
I'm in
like,
favor of it anyways.
minus 10 is like
That's
preferable.
warm now. Yeah. Ugh, God, it gross. Okay. Anyway, so
Yeah.
we're back at it with another round.
Yeah.
This week we got some good ones.
Really?
It's interesting. So round one.
Yeah, this is different. It's a little too muted for my taste.
Muted.
Yeah, it just looks like the colors are a little washed out.
I
don't
getcha.
know. Like I like the colors, but they're not jumping out at me, you know?
Not popping.
Yeah. I don't know if there's just not enough like negative space or not enough black or what it is, but
I mean, there is a lot going on.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of heavy, especially like in here.
yeah. I just feel like maybe some like just a little more light source and some of these colors.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little congested.
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
know? I don't know.
I kind of agree. Like, I think a little higher yellow, like a little higher toned yellow, and
Yep.
then a little higher toned red, weirdly enough.
Brighten it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It just it's not dark, but it comes across as dark.
Yes, that's a good point.
It's weird. I
Yep.
don't know how that works, but
Something tells me this healed is really nice. But I get what you mean. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, some things are probably... Another thing that's a little bit weird about tattooing when you're tattooing anything is, like, the skin gets angry underneath.
yeah,
So sometimes it looks darker than it actually is.
yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah, it's hard to tell what this is going to look like, but I can see that eye is going to lighten up, but I would have just left it negative around the pupil.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it would have made for more of a pop. But just overall, I think a little more negative space would have been better for this.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just a little too congested.
Yep.
But I like the
flow.
design. Yeah, it's a cool design for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I definitely don't hate it, but yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Good start. All right, round number 2.
Yeah, this is different.
Yep.
It looks almost like legs, you know? Like the...
Yeah,
Yeah.
the handles.
Yeah, they look like legs. Like heels.
Yeah. Did someone used to steal bikes? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very leggy tattoo.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, you wouldn't really put this on your face, would you?
Well, I mean, you could. It'd be nice and, I don't know.
Actually, I have seen a guy who has like a tool, some kind of tool right here. I can't remember what it is. It's like I think it's like a wrench of some kind
Yeah.
that goes around his nose.
Oh.
It's really crazy looking.
Yeah, that's
But,
fun, I guess.
yeah.
You know, hey, to each their own. Okay,
This
so
is super,
my
super
thing
dark.
with this, yeah, it's super dark, and it's only going to get darker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, these things sit and widen out
Yeah,
over
I was going to
time.
say, this thing's going to blow out.
Yeah.
It's going to get weird.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Like, the blackwork thing, you kind of have to do it still thinking of how it's going to age. Otherwise, it's going to be real heavy.
Yeah, and that's the funny part is it's like they thought of that up top.
Yeah.
They totally forgot about that on the bottom.
Yeah, bailed
It's
on
just
that
like,
on the
well,
bottom.
fuck all of that.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to leave, like, the tiniest little bits of negative space, which are all going to collapse together.
Yeah.
Like, all those things are gone eventually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but he did it well. It's just, unfortunately, they're going to be gone unless he didn't put enough ink in there, and then this photo is lying to us. But
Again, this filter is not helping anything.
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, because it makes it even darker than it is.
Yeah,
Right? Like this, I can tell has been contrasted,
pretty heavily.
and the saturation has been just reduced to almost not. It's almost black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to even say how dark this actually is in reality.
That's a fair
but
point.
it is too dark.
Yeah, right now it's heavy as fuck.
Yeah. So the top looks good.
Yep.
The bottom, it gets worse as it goes down. Actually, like it seems like they're losing faith in their idea as they go down. Oh man, this is no good. It needs to be darker.
Quite possibly.
Keep making it darker.
Keep on loading down.
And then finally at the end, what have I done?
Oh, no.
Thank God it's on the leg.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm always curious as to the stories of these things.
Yeah, me too. I'd love to hear more about this. You know, I shouldn't make it seem like I hate this because it is
No, of
interesting.
course. Just the photo makes it present as though it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's real or not.
And then
Like,
yeah.
because it could just be contrasted out and it could heal out a lot better than what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. But if it
it's
went in that
definitely
dark,
contrasted out.
Yeah.
Sure. I've looked at enough photos to tell you that.
yeah.
But
I'd like to see a healed version
yeah.
of this.
Yeah, for sure. If you got
Maybe
the
I'm
healed
just
picture,
way off.
love to see how this thing breathes.
Yeah, yeah. If
So right
it
now
breathes.
it's not.
Yeah. All right, next up, Headbanger.
Yeah, this is cool because it uses a lot of space.
Yeah.
A lot of these head tattoos we get sent, I feel like they leave so much open, and it's like, how the hell are you going to fill in all this negative space? And for me, that's a real problem.
Yes, it is.
Because now all of a
It's your
sudden,
least favorite thing.
you're having to do all this background work and shit like that. My thing is, he'll probably put another one of these on the other side of the head.
I would assume, yeah.
But then my thing is eventually he'll probably want the top of his head done too.
Probably.
I wonder if he makes a whole sleeve of this, like a head sleeve of this.
I hope so.
Just
Anytime I
another-
see something like this, I kind of hope it's going to be the full bore.
Well, and he's got some stuff in here that you can incorporate further, like the leaves and stuff, right? You can use this to tie everything in. Like, I like that they've worked some types of background elements into the foreground because it's easy to carry that theme now, right?
Yep.
So if he goes the same guy, they could make this a whole project. And
Yeah, I really like it.
I don't know why I always want everybody to keep going, but you know,
Yeah.
it's just my
You
unique,
don't know why? Because you keep going.
It's my unique vantage point.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. Just keep on keeping on.
But he stopped it at a point. You can see his hairline.
Yep.
So he can cover this whole thing if he wants to. So
Yep.
it's a pretty intelligent choice. Like he could grow his hair in and you might be able to see a little bit of it through. But
Yeah.
if you're not wanting to make too many waves and you don't really want that to be visible always, this is a good idea, is to get right up to your hairline and then stop. So I think it's a pretty cool tattoo, and he's done it in an intelligent way.
I just like that you're able to do it like multiple looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could do it with or without showing your tattoo.
Well, when you
It's
grow
really
your
cool.
hair in over a head tattoo, it makes it look like it was shaded darker.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. This guy up here, he gets hairy and he's
Yeah.
just darker
Hairy
till he's
Dracula.
gone. Right? Eventually he
then he's-
vanishes.
yeah.
but-
Much like the legend.
Yeah.
All right. Next up,
Yeah.
ankle tattoo. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's a fun spot.
And tough to heal like down in here.
Yeah.
Because it's such dry skin. So I feel like parts of this are going to do better than others. I could be wrong. Maybe it heals well, but like I don't think it's going to be super bright down near that heel area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you probably know that going in, but
I would sure hope so.
yeah, like
Otherwise, what are you doing?
I've got some spots down and around there on my blackouts that are a little patchy, but they turned out pretty good.
Nice.
But packing color on really dry skin is tough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the same as trying to saturate like a knuckle or something.
Yep.
Like it just doesn't really like it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything that heals well below and just getting into that sole area, that type of texture change. Like I don't think I've ever seen anything heal well.
I mean, and it's apparently pretty traumatic, so people won't go back for the touch-ups that it will require.
I can understand that.
Because like I'm a big believer that you can get anything to stay eventually, but a lot of the times what happens with these spots is there's more ink on the skin than in the skin.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's saturated the first time, but then you have to go back and when it's cleaned up and go, oh well, this part I didn't actually get.
Yeah.
Right. It's really hard to tell what's going on sometimes.
And the fun part is it hurts both ways.
Yep.
Like it hurts whether or not you're saturating or whether you are.
Because, yeah, that'll be like you'll see those. We've talked about this before, but those big black hands, and you're like, oh, that looks so saturated. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, most of it's just sitting on the skin.
Yeah. You just poured ink over the top of the skin.
Yeah,
and
it
now
looks like
black.
painted more
Yeah.
than it is on the skin.
Yeah.
Because it just clings to every crevice.
Yeah.
And, yes, something like that happens here, too. But the actual design I like, though it's a little too light for me. I would have liked a little more dark here.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a cool tattoo. If
Real
you-
clean.
And this guy seems to like a lot of colorful stuff anyway, so
Yep.
I guess it fits with his theme. I would have the same rose. It would just have more black. It would still be color, but it would just have more black, I think. So, yeah.
I mean, you don't say, hey?
you don't say.
Okay, last but not least,
A
apprentice
whole
leg.
bunch of stuff.
I'm assuming apprentice leg.
And some stuff in the room, too.
Yeah.
So what is going on? We got a book. Is that a crush?
Oh, I had to flip this upside down so we could see the tattoos. You want me to flip it around?
No, it's okay. I'm trying to understand everything that's going on here.
Is that a chair with a cup holder?
Yeah, it looks like a chair with a cup holder.
Oh, with a cooling cup holder. So this person has got it going on.
They got it going on for
Yeah,
sure.
They understand what it is.
Well, it looks like they spent more on that chair than they spent on all of these tattoos.
More than likely, yes.
Which is fair enough.
Something tells me this was time, not money.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is hard. This
Time
is hard
and
work
pain.
right here.
Yeah.
It's just I'm going to get this eventually.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it costs me.
Yeah.
I love these apprentice legs. I just want more of them.
I know.
Like
They're
we
so
don't
dope.
get them often enough.
I agree.
It's like
Yeah.
I want more of these kinds of things because, like, you can see almost a development here.
Yep.
Right. Like there's a story being told on this leg of like bad to worse, and then almost there. Like I think this skull guy here has got a little bit of more of a shading to him than this other guy. This devil guy is just straight black.
Yeah, he's trying black.
Right. So I just see a bit of a progression here between the two where
Yeah.
he's figuring it out. I wonder what this guy's doing now. I wonder
This
if
little guy in the corner is barely hanging in there.
Oh yeah, he'll be gone eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those things that I say, like, when you're touching up tattoos, sometimes if you don't get to them fast enough, you'll be starting over again.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
We get
like-
that here with like people that are like, oh, 10 years ago we started this thing. And then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, guess what? We get to start it over
Yeah.
again.
That's kind of how I felt with the roses we just did.
Yeah.
Right? Where it was like, I knew coming in, I was like, oh, this is going to be awful. Because, like, some of it was, like,
Gone.
pretty well gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were there in a sense of, like, if you were to look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it makes a cohesive image. But, like, when you start getting into the nuts and bolts of it, it's like, oh, this is in bad shape. And
Yeah, yeah.
if we don't do something about it soon,
It's going to be in worse shape.
yeah.
We'll be
right.
putting on new ones.
Exactly. You'll be stenciling on new ones.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times people should maintain their tattoos because it's going to be a lot less work that way.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Especially if you have nice tattoos, man. Like,
Oh yeah, if you spend the money to get something done that's really, really good, you should do the maintenance. It'll save you in the long run.
Yep.
Right? It doesn't always need it, but sometimes, especially if you go out in the sun a lot and stuff
Yeah.
like that and you're fucking it up all the time. But yeah, that guy up there, I don't think he cares if it goes away. I bet you this whole thing gets blacked out eventually.
More than likely, yes.
Well, if they care. Like
Yeah.
if they care what this looks like, eventually it becomes a blackout, and if not, it's just a cool collection.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
like
also
both,
It's also
They're both great.
yeah.
All right. Well, keep on sending these to us,
Yep.
and we will keep talking shit.
Yeah, we definitely could use some more.
Yep. Bring them on.